Brother and his wife are going to come in, Mr. M. Hollowell, and talk about marriage, so on and so forth. But we're going to continue to look at love and what love really is. I want to watch these two film clips really quick. Okay? So just take these are both from Meet Joe Black. We've already watched, I think, a clip from there earlier. Anthony Hopkins, Brad Pitt. All right? So let's just check this out.
Hey. Hey. Red or white?
No, thank you.
Come on, have a drink. You look like you need one as bad as me.
I do? Quince?
Huh?
I find myself a little confused.
Confused, huh?
Yes.
About what?
Love.
Love. Oh, man. I got problems of my own.
You love Allison, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How did you meet?
Well, I was this world-class loser, and she was this happy little rich girl, and for some reason, she took me in.
But Allison loves you. How do you know?
Because she knows the worst thing about me, and it's okay.
What is it?
No, it's not one thing. It's just an idea, Joe. It's just, it's like, you know each other's secrets. The deepest, darkest secrets.
Deepest, darkest secrets?
Yeah, and then you're free.
Free?
You're free. You're free to love each other completely, totally, just no fear. So there's nothing you don't know about each other, and it's okay.
Okay, so before we go on to the next one, I want to write a few things down really quick. That was actually very biblical. I don't know if the writers meant that or not. Okay, but a couple of things that we want to write down from there, if we can erase. Okay, the perfect or true love. How about that? True love or authentic love. You can write this on the back of your, if you want to write it on a separate sheet of paper, or if you got some room on the back of that one where you, at the very end of the article, that's fine. Yep, wherever you find it. We're not going to write a terribly voluminous amount of stuff. Okay, one of the things that he brings up in this conversation, Brad Pitt asks him, how do you know that she loves you? And he says, she knows my deepest, darkest secrets, and it's okay. Okay? That is saying we moved past romantic love, and she's still with me. She knows my deepest, darkest secrets. The other person, when I'm authentically in love, knows me. They don't know this person that I've created in order to draw them in, to get my childhood wants met. They've gotten past that. They've seen me for who I really am, and they still choose to love me. He also says there's no fear. Okay? In the Bible, we read that perfect love casts out all fear. And you can't read that. But perfect love casts out all fear. Yeah, none of these are all.
This one might work.
Okay.
Otherwise, if there's a black marker up there, it should work.
Okay. Perfect love casts out all fear. What do we fear? We fear rejection. Okay, good. What if you could just summarize the things that we fear in one word? What would they maybe be? We fear the unknown. We fear the things that we don't know. So if I know the other person completely, I know who they are, I know what they're about, they've revealed themselves to me. If I know them, then there is nothing that's unknown. Does that make sense? So then there's nothing to fear because I know who the person is. I know them authentically. That type of love is not even really possible until after you have married and have entered into that, because only then would you really know 100% what this person... Now that's not to say that we don't intentionally hide things before marriage. Most people don't. Some maybe do. But most people don't hide things. But you can't really know the other person until they've said, I promise I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to leave for the rest of my life. Then there's a new process of getting to know one another and learning about the other. It casts out all fear because there's nothing left that is the unknown in the other person. Comprende? Comments? Comprende? Or comprende. Comment? Do you have anything you want to say about that or share before we watch the next one? Okay. The next one is a good description of romantic love. Okay, Anthony Hopkins, Brad Pitt falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter. Brad Pitt is death. A little weird. I understand that. Okay? Death. Brad Pitt is like death in a body, which is odd. I know. But whoa. He is. He essentially he's the angel of death. He's going in the movie. No. I'm not saying Brad Pitt is actually dead. No. Meet Joe Black. It's like 4 hours long. It's pretty well done. There's pluses and minuses, but anyway, these scenes I think are good for what we're looking at. Brad Pitt, anyway, think of him as an angel. He's taking Anthony Hopkins away to death land, or what, to die. Brad Pitt falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter. Does any of this actually matter? No. Other than to say, just so they set the scene so that you know, he's going to take the daughter with him, Brad Pitt is, and the father is saying, you can take me, but you don't love my daughter. You don't even know what love is. So he brings up some things that I think are good in terms of a description of romantic love. Brad Pitt and his daughter have only known each other for a few days. Okay, so this is kind of like Romeo and Juliet type of thing. All right?
He's galloping into it. At the same time, the business he built with his own hands and his own head has been accommodated by a couple of cheap pirates. And oh yes, I almost forgot. My daughter's fallen in love with death.
And I'm in love with your daughter.
Say again?
I'm in love with your daughter, and I'm taking her with me tonight.
You what?
I think you heard me, Bill.
You're not taking Susan anyway. What the hell does that mean anyway? I thought we had the deal.
And I'm sorry.
Susan's my daughter. She has a wonderful life ahead of her. You're going to deprive her of it, and you're telling me you're sorry? Well, I'm sorry. Apology not accepted.
I don't care, Bill. I love her.
How perfect for you. To take whatever you want because it pleases you. It's not love.
What is it?
Some aimless infatuation in which for the moment you feel like indulging. It's missing everything that matters.
Which is what?
Trust, responsibility, taking the weight for your choices and feelings and spending the rest of your life living up to them. And above all, not hurting the object of your love.
So that's what love is, according to William Parrish?
Multiplied by infinity and take it to the depth of forever, and you will still have barely a glimpse of what I'm talking about.
Those were my words.
They're mine now.
Bill, Susan wants to come with me. She loves me.
She loves you? Who is you? Did you tell her who you are?
No.
Does she know where she's going? Huh? See, Susan went whatever way she did for that poor son of a bitch whose body you took, and everything else since has been aftermath. You say you love her, but you don't know what love is. She loves you, but she doesn't know who you are. You make a deal, you're breaking it. Bottom line is, Joe, you're swindling her soul, and you're doing it with your eyes wide open.
I don't like what you're saying.
I'm past caring what you like and what you don't like. You're stealing my daughter, and I'm not going to let you.
You're not going to let me?
No, I'm not going to let you.
Are you threatening me?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. Yeah. I loved Susan from the moment she was born, and I love her now and every minute in between. And what I dream of is a man who will discover her, and that she will discover a man who will love her, who is worthy of her, who's of this world, of this time, and has the grace and compassion and fortitude to walk beside her as she makes her way through this beautiful thing called life. Enough!
What I know is what I want. And what I want is Susan. And I will have her, and she will have me, and that's the way it's going to be. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Why did you come in here and tell me all this, Joe? You're the big shot, you're the biggest shot of all. You don't have to ask my permission, but that's what you're doing. Do you know why? Because you've somewhere, somehow developed into a good guy, and you know this is all wrong. I don't know what you're going to do, but how can this be love? She doesn't know who you are. Why didn't you tell her? Try it out on her. See what happens. Reveal everything there is to know about yourself and let the chips fall where they may. Okay? I've given it my best shot. I wish I could tell you to sleep on it.
Okay, now again, let's look at true love here. Talks about, again, the same thing as the last guy. Let her know who you are. Reveal everything there is to know about yourself. He also says a couple of things that are very church-oriented about true love and very biblical. What does he say? What is Anthony Hopkins' character? He mentions a couple of things that are characteristic of true love, of authentically loving the other. What does he say? Anybody remember any of them? Responsibility.
What was the thing you said then above all?
I can't remember. I'm not exactly sure which one. I picked out a couple of things. There was a couple of things in his thing that he listed. He said responsibility for your actions, right? Okay.
Yeah, he listed out some and then he said above all, and then I couldn't understand.
At the very end, when he said, does he say it at the very end?
No, he says it more at the beginning.
I don't remember. He said, let's see, responsibility. What are some other things that he talked about for signs that you're authentically loving the other person?
He said, reveal everything you know about yourself and let the chips fall.
Reveal everything there is to know. Okay, he talks about walking beside her. Through life. Above all, he said, Alicia just came to me, above all, not harming the person that you love. not harming the other.